Okay. Bam. All right, cool. Gang. What up, Yang Gang? We are live on YouTube. And if you guys are on Twitter, you can also check out this on Twitter Spaces under the Mindful Skeptics Podcast Twitter handle. And so we have a couple people in the Twitter Spaces. What the hell? Let me get out of there. That didn't work. Okay, whatever. So we're trying to beta test this thing out, man, and figure out how we can do this better. So everything we say on YouTube can be played at the same time on Spaces. So I have an earpiece in with the people in the audience in there. You guys can't hear the feedback I'm getting there, but I will as well. But yeah, so how's it going, Mia?
It's going pretty good. I got a question then. Did you put out a tweet or anything with the link for the Spaces?
No, I just went live on a Twitter Spaces before you showed up,
Okay.
so actually I should put a DM, a Twitter out there.
Yeah.
I mean, out there.
Yeah, do that. I don't know what I would be doing if I were doing it because I've never done it, but you do it. You do it good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I've let me see here. If I can go to, let me add it. Me actually, sorry guys, I'm trying to walk and talk at the same time. So now it should show up in Twitter. I just edited that to the thing. Let me see if this shows up here. Hey, I want to say what's up to Edgar, also in Spaces. Thanks for joining us. Good. Now I'm gonna let you guys know, once me and Mia start talking, I'm not gonna respond to you guys in my earpiece. But if you guys want to, we'll pause and I'll take questions from you guys as well. We can address that on the live stream if that's okay with you guys. So if you guys say something in the background, I can hear you, but I won't be able to address it while we're doing the live stream here. So I gotta figure out those types of bugs, I guess.
One of those bugs is if somebody says something funny, you're gonna have to
not laugh. It's a skill set. Also, Che, what's up, brother? In the YouTube live stream. Good deal. All right, so let's go to the Google Doc here. Oh, also, I had to get a request to enter that Google Doc on the email.
I thought I did it right this time. Okay, hold on.
Oh man, it should pop up in my Gmail. Oh, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Wrong email address. Trickle up. There we go. Okay.
Try that.
Okay, we're good there. Gotcha.
Perfect. Okay.
Good deal. So copy link address. Okay.
Wondrous.
All right. So first article we are going to cover. Oh, it's Mitch McConnell. This dirty bastard. Okay. We're good there. We're good here. All right. You ready, Mia?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Let's go.
All right. What up, Yang Gang? We're live. This is the 14th of March, 2021, and we are covering some current events here. What we got on the low today, Mia?
Today, we're going to be asking the question, is Mitch McConnell's exit strategy a crowning end to a 35-year legacy or a plot to keep power out of the hands of Democrats? I'm going to guess number 2.
The latter, yeah. Well, Moscow Mitch and his wary ways, he's a slick little bugger. But yeah, so it says that he's a 79-year-old. He has released a short list of potential successors while also using his political power to try and push through a bill in the Senate named Senate Bill 228 in the Kentucky Senate, the state Senate, that is, that would take the power away from the current Democratic governor of Kentucky to name McConnell's successor and put it in the hands of GOP-nominated Kentucky House and Senate. Some Republicans point out McConnell's health, noting a triple bypass heart surgery underwent in 2003, an injury from a fall in 2019, and his infamous bruised and bandaged appearance last October that he refused to give cause for as reasons why the Kentucky senator might be seeking to leave early. Others, including members of the GOP, see the Senate Bill 228 as a key to allowing McConnell to hand the keys over to whoever he feels is worthy. Now, again, he wants to choose who succeeds him when the law says the governor gets to appoint that. And to me, this is just supreme level corruption.
And he happens to be a Democratic governor, so he's just trying to change the rules so that he gets his way and can handpick a successor.
Well, yeah, because this is the first Democratic governor of Kentucky in quite some time, in probably 30 years, if I can remember that. I think it's 20-something years. But they liked the bill the way it was written because they had control of the governorship as well. And now that they've lost governorship to a Democratic candidate, now they don't want that person appointing anyone.
If you don't like the rules, just change them, huh?
That's it, man. That's it. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that is a corruption. That is also a authoritarianism. Like, okay, we don't like the rules. I'm going to step down. I can't choose it. I don't like the person who chooses it. So we're going to change the rules. I won't step down until the rules are in my favor, pretty much.
That's the case. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it does. So I'm not going to step. He would step down right now if the cards were in his favor, but they're not. So yeah. And also in the article, it says this is echoed in the nickname for which the bill carries the same name that is on the top of the McConnell short list of successors. Kentucky State Attorney General Daniel Cameron has been McConnell's apprentice and recently pulled some strings to get an endorsement from former President Donald Trump. When Cameron was seeking his Attorney General seat, McConnell fears that if new legislation fails to go through, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear will appoint a Democrat in his place in the Senate, throwing a monkey wrench into the 50-50 balance Senate Republicans frighteningly find themselves in. Of course. Yeah. So, and this is all on a intercept.com article about McConnell.
And this was a few days ago, about a week approximately, that this happened. But
yeah,
I found it very deeply interesting because, one, you've got manipulation of the rules to favor somebody who is politically savvy. You've got the drama of White House politics with McConnell trying to pick somebody to replace him specifically. Mm-hmm. And you've got, it's a juicy story to me.
Yeah. Well, and this goes to show you how low they will go. They will go as low as they got to go to get what they want and to retain power. The Republicans are power hungry, and they know they're in trouble. And without McConnell to run for re-election, the game's going to get flipped because they already got a Democratic governor. Who's to say that same governorship voters won't turn into the Senate vote as well?
And if you also think about the power that Mitch McConnell has in the Senate, 0 Republicans voted for that bill, that stimulus bill.
Right.
Because Mitch McConnell said don't.
Yep.
Not because Donald Trump said don't, because Mitch McConnell said don't. Hold the line. And they fell in line. So if he doesn't get to pick his successor, that line can break in a way we haven't seen in probably decades.
Well, it'll be a power shift in the Senate, too. Who's going to replace him in the Senate? You want to talk about some jockeying for power? That would be interesting. Same thing for Nancy Pelosi. When she steps down or is voted out, I would like to see her voted out. But whoever steps up for her, I would like to see Katie Porter. I think she is amazing, personally. I'm a stan for Katie Porter because she is lethal. And I love her for that alone. She eviscerates people on the witness stand, if you will, in the Senate.
I just want to see some young blood. That's it. Yeah. In leadership. Not that we don't need a balance of, older and younger people, but it's been a really long time since the torch has been passed down to anyone. There's no mix. It's all older people, and like the small amount of younger people are having to fight tooth and nail to get any progress built in to that. So I just want some new blood.
Right. Yeah. And the big thing is also is how will there be any ramifications for this type of power move on his part in Kentucky? Because he's not even that popular. Like in his own state, he's not that popular. So I just don't know how the hell does he retain power? Is it just through default? Just because his name's on the ticket? Because
Red ticket
there's room
down
on,
voting. That's got
right.
to be. That's really the only explanation. Because if you go to the town halls, the people who show up to the town halls aren't singing his praises.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he holds anymore with COVID and whatnot, but when he was, they were not, dances or anything. I've seen a few of them where people came up and complained. We've got the highest unemployment rate, I think, in
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky at the time that she was talking about it. One of them came up and said,
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
yeah, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot wrong in Kentucky, and they will voice their complaints at the town halls, but they're not the people who are voting, apparently, or they're just too blindly loyal to care that he's
Mm-hmm.
screwing them over.
Well, it's just like I said, this is going to be a huge power shift because he has been the leader of the Republican Party before and after Donald Trump. He's still there. And he was the lead obstructionist against Obama's 8 years. 6 of his 8 years, he was a majority leader of the Senate. And so with him eyeballing stepping down, I'm just curious who would be his replacement. I haven't looked into it enough to even see who's second in charge because no one's ever even challenged him this last time through. What up, Fred? Sorry.
And that's what makes it, interesting to see all of this start to play out and to know that that's happening in the background of all of these politics and that the shift could happen anytime. And, if you're not watching, you don't notice when these things come down the pipeline. Mm-hmm. Just like, oh, what happened to that, Republican steadfastness that we saw?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they're crossing aisles or whatnot, being talked through negotiations. McConnell is, as much as he's a right bastard, very good at holding the GOP line.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to be someone like Fred Upton, who's been in there for 20 or was it 34 years now? Do they default to leadership length of term? Because Fred Upton's up there, who's in Michigan, who is my senator, unfortunately. But he is one of the most bipartisan ones. Wait. He's in the House. Fred Upton's in the House. Never mind. That would be the next senior Republican. Golly, I don't even know in Senate. Yeah, guys, have to correct me wrong in the comment section. I can't remember who the most senior person is, but I do know there are some up and comers that are biting at the bit to take control. No one challenged him after this last election, so we'll see.
The question is, take control of what exactly?
The
parties are in some very serious turmoil at the moment.
Yeah. Are they going to take control to obstruct, or are they going to take up control to lead into the future? So I'd be very interested to see how that goes.
It would be great to see some Republican young blood too. But
absolutely. Yep. There's also people like what's his name? The Mormon dude, Mitt Romney. He's also been a leader of opposition to Trump. So I'd be curious to see what kind of support he would get. Man,
I feel so weird about Mitt Romney, thinking back to when he was running for president versus Obama. And now he's got some of the better bills for Republicans. It's a weird situation.
Yeah.
I did not like him back then at all. But,
no.
I was a lot more partisan back then, too, though. Things were less nuanced to me. I was still entering politics.
Well, I was less informed, period. That's how I was less informed. So I was just a open-minded independent, but easily manipulated by the media. I wasn't really understanding what they were doing to manipulate my vote. So I voted for Bush and Clinton and Obama. I voted for Obama twice without as much conviction because I didn't like his policies. But the replacement wasn't a great. John McCain was a good guy, though. I did like McCain. But the second one was Romney, and I couldn't really get behind that one either.
I think that Palin was really a very big problem for McCain, more than McCain was the problem, right?
She was goofy. Yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this in the comments section, and we will. If you think who is the next up and comer in the Republican Party in the Senate that's going to take over minority leader for Mitch McConnell when he steps down. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time, and like always, Yang Gang. Okay, guys, I'm going to reset the room. Want to welcome Scott, and I think it's just Z. And who is this? Just listener. Okay. Oh, there you are. And Ritik. Okay. But yeah, we're just doing a live stream on my YouTube channel, and I've just opened up spaces to see if I can figure out how this whole thing works and try and make sense of it all. But yeah, so it's just a new concept for us, and we're just trying to. I'm not ignoring you guys if you guys are speaking while we're live streaming, but I'm live streaming on YouTube at the same time, just so you guys know. And it's just daily news.
Feel free to spark up conversations though about it.
Either I hear you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just live streaming on YouTube at the same time, just so you know. We're doing a daily news show. Holy crap. Yeah, people are showing up like crazy in here all of a sudden. Wow. Hey. So I'm doing daily news on my YouTube channel. And we're in there, and we're just opening a space to kind of see how that goes here as a beta run, a test run here. Holy cow. A lot of football fans here in spaces.
What an interesting cross section.
Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on one second. Let me fix this thing. There's too many damn people speaking in here. Okay, remove. Sorry guys, I gotta quiet the room down. You guys are talking too damn much. Oh boy. Let me do this. There, we'll do that. And let's fix this. Bye-bye, dumbasses.
Aw, I'm sure they're not dumb. I'm sure.
Oh, there's dumbasses in here, trust me. A bunch of dumbass trolls. Hey, trolls, you can't talk now. Sorry. That's how it works. Anyway. Back to the look at them. They're all requesting to talk. These little jackasses. I love it. Anyway, back to the news. So we got our next article. Let's pull it up here, which is the number of kids and children in custody at the border. Yeah. Okay.
This is a really long one, so once I realized just how long it was, reading it through, I decided that summarizing it like in too deep of detail would be kind of lengthy.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Okay.
Can you assign anybody in their moderator role or anything?
No, not yet on Spaces. It's still in the beta phase, so it's really hard to do. We can't do any kind of moderation in here yet. But yeah, we got what it looks like. We got a shit ton of it looks like a bunch of football players or fans, so-called, whatever, all over the place. Just a bunch of troll accounts trying to jump in here. And I took down, when they first come in, they could jump in as a speaker because I opened up to the public. But then they all start trolling and shit, saying stupid shit. So then I just said, okay, only allow people to talk that I allow to talk. So
I need about 30 seconds anyways. If you need to monitor any of that and clean anything else up.
Yep, you go right ahead.
Yep.
We'll take a little break for a second.
Barky. I gotta go take care of it.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, Fred? Good deal. Let's see here. So we have Just Thinking. What's up, Michael? No, I've been in other rooms with you before, so that's why I allowed you up here. The rest of these guys are just goofy. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are cracking me up, though, man. Look at them going nuts down there. Yeah. Yeah, they're so crazy. It's so funny. Oh, man, look at them go. They crack me up. They're adorable. No, but we actually are going to be covering an article about all the people in cages, the kids in cages down there in the U.S. border. And then the last article is going to be about things that non-Americans are sharing that they thought were fake about America that turned out to be completely true. It's a funny little article, a list of things that people thought there's no way that's real. And then they were.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem, Mia. Yeah, we've got a lot of weird stuff going on, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't have to write up a summary or anything for that when I was looking at it. It's just
no
a
worries, no
BuzzFeed
worries.
list. Our reactions are the point.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna jump back into the next one. Okay, I'll check back in here in just a second. You'll hear the news as we go over it live. Okay. So let me bring up that other article here for us, Mia. Number of children. There's a Vox article. Perfect. Let's open that one up. Yeah, this is crazy. This is record number of unaccompanied children just walking to the border. Whew, that's pretty rough. Let's see here. So yeah, we can just do this section that you put in the Google Doc and kind of just abbreviate from there. Does it have the exact numbers in there on the doc? No, I'm gonna look into the article for that. Oh, it's more than 3,700. There it is.
There's a lot of numbers in that. It's a pretty dense article filled with a bunch of facts.
And we'll put the link to the article as well in the description box.
It's a good read.
All right, good deal. Okay, so all right, you ready to reset it?
Sure thing.
All right. Bam, what up, Yang Gang? Welcome back to the low. We're going to be covering another article today about the Joe Biden administration. Per this Vox article, has record numbers of children in cages at the border, and we don't hear much about it. The left-leaning media is being mighty quiet all of a sudden, and of course, it's all you hear on Fox News and all the other whack jobs over there on the right. So Yeah, Mia, we got this article. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Okay. More than 3,700 children were reportedly being detained in Customs and Border Protection as of Wednesday in facilities originally intended for adults. They've been there longer than legally permitted. Permitted. They've been there longer than legally permitted.
Perfect.
Several factors exacerbate the problem, including pandemic restrictions that have reduced capacity in suitable shelters. Those shelters are now full. To help address the problem, FEMA will assist in providing food, clothing, and shelter for unaccompanied children over the next 90 days. The problem is also deeply entrenched, unsolved since at least 2014 and unresolved during the Trump administration, which had turned away unaccompanied children, resulting in many being stranded in Mexico. Biden's reversal of this policy creates an influx of those cases and new arrivals, which fall on him and his administration to resolve. It is important to note that most migrants are still being turned away, a policy tied to reducing the spread of COVID. And it goes on from there.
Yeah, it's a long article, but I'm gonna try and bring it up here so you guys can see this on the screen. Share the screen. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay. So again, this is the Vox article here. I'm going to highlight the section that says, though the White House has declined so far to call it a crisis, the situation is increasingly dire. As of Wednesday, more than 3,700 children reportedly being detained in Customs and Border Protection temporary holding facilities designed for adults for longer than legally permitted, a record high. There are some facilities that generated widespread outrage under the Trump administration while children slept with nothing but mylar blankets to keep them warm at night on concrete floors. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said Saturday that the CBP facility is no place for a child, but the border agents are working around the clock in difficult circumstances to take care of children temporarily in our care. It says the officials are struggling to quickly transfer them to state licensed shelters for migrant children, which had to drastically slash their capacity amid the pandemic, and where beds are now full, that has forced administration to reopen temporary tent facilities in Carrizo Springs, Texas, which are costly and not subject to the same level of oversight as permanent shelters. Oh boy. On Saturday, the administration also announced that the Federal Emergency Management Agency would help receive, shelter, and transfer unaccompanied children over the next 90 days. The agency is now working to expand the capacity of shelters designed to administer care to children. I think the most important part here is the whole pandemic response. You used to have these people shoulder to shoulder in cots everywhere, right? And now you got to have them 6 feet apart and all that kind of stuff. And more protocols in place. So that could be a pretty tough place to be in.
It absolutely reduces the efficiency, obviously, of how many people you can keep comfortably. It's a real problem, and I think that FEMA helping is at least a good start. I think that they should be working to move them not into tents, but maybe into hotel spaces and such. I mean, if there's something that it's worth adding to the budget for, it's making sure that children are in clean and safe places.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Just like back when the Trump administration was going on, they called it a herd of immigrants coming. What they call it, a caravan. That's right. That happens every spring. Let's just be real. There's a couple thousands of people that come from Central America where our policies have destabilized their regions, and it's either die or leave. And so they start walking north, and they are claiming asylum. And under the Trump administration, they would make them stay in Mexico. That drove down the numbers. And now that Biden says, hey, we got to let people in for asylum, now they have record numbers again. And there's been too much focus on too many other things to really, I couldn't imagine being a president right now, trying to fix everything at once. And this is impossible. Unfortunately, these children are the ones paying the price for our horrible policies and our lack of preparation and funding down there.
Yeah, I would be happy with whatever funding they were willing to give. I would not question it. I mean, if we can fund bombs without question, we should be able to fund human lives without question.
Yeah, and the immigration court is underfunded, understaffed, so we need to expand the courts for the immigration crisis down there. And the asylum, I think it's called the asylum courts specifically, but yeah, we need more representation down there for the people. We should not have 8-9-year-old children representing themselves in court. That is pure trauma as far as I'm concerned. That is disgusting and damn near unforgivable because these kids are traumatized for life. I couldn't imagine being in a foreign country where you might not even speak the language and then have them give you a translator to translate it for you, and that's it.
I mean, there's no
Where am
way
I
to
going? I don't know.
soften that situation for a kid. There's none. Like, even like in the most ideal settings, like, what are you going to do? Have the judge be like talking through a sock puppet?
Puppet?
Man, I'm not. I have been out of sorts this week. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
But yeah, you can't child friendly a courtroom. There's nothing you can do to make that place any less traumatizing than you're surrounded by authority figures who determine the future of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you're too young to process that.
But hold on one second. Hey, Carl, 1 second, buddy. Sorry, buddy, 1 second. We're doing a live stream on YouTube right now. And so we're trying like dual casting, and I'm going to jump in with you guys in just a minute. Okay. And I'll yeah, no worries. I appreciate you being here though. All right. So you're going to hear us both talking, but I'll talk to you guys here in a second and bring you up. When I just don't want it blurting out on the live stream. That's why it's in my earpiece. Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of a closed floor at the moment, and then you'll open the floor.
Yeah, and that's hard. Like I gotta figure out how to do this so people know what's going on. It's really hard to do that in a space right now without a moderator to kind of help. So it's hard for me to do this at the same time. We're trying to figure it out how to do this properly. But yeah. Oh yeah. So the big thing is there's no funding and there's no priority. The priority was the COVID response, stimulate the economy. Okay, they just passed this package. You got HR1 coming down the pipeline, and now we got the crisis in the border of children in cages once again. So I think we need to maybe reassess our budget. So we're not saying $780 billion a year in the war machine. Let's put it into the real crisis. The real war is on, I guess you'd say, our policies that make this place destabilize the Central America.
Gosh, it sounds like it'd be a really good time for some human-centered capitalism.
Yeah, man. Definitely would be that.
Just maybe.
But don't forget, we've got a couple of hundred children that have been separated from their parents over the past 2 years that still have not been reunited with their families either. So there's some real problems going on down there. And we really do need to take care of people. These people come here for help, not to exploit us, not to take advantage of us, not to steal your precious, stupid-ass jobs you think they're taking, dumbass.
In fact, a lot of them, as you mentioned earlier, are fleeing from exploitation that has been a ripple effect of our economy.
We created the crisis. So we have to create the solution, But yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys think about this in the comments section, because we do have a problem. And if you guys have any ideas for how to fix this situation, we've created this problem. Now we have children in cages again. And I know the right wants to talk about these are the cages Obama built, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit who built them. All I care is about we're using them for the wrong purposes. We're putting children in cages, and Biden was left a mess. I get it. But there's got to be resources, emergency funding to go down and say, listen, we've got to find a better way of doing this. And I know it's an impossible ask for the government, for the administration to go, okay, fix it today.
My county built a jailhouse, let's say. I'm not bothered by there being a jailhouse, but if they start locking up 5-year-olds, I'm going to be pretty pissed.
Oh my God. Yeah. Again, the trauma. Those places are made to scare the shit out of adults. And it does. And it's effective. But children, man, look like an actual dungeon. You've seen these pictures, these places. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this. Do you know a way out of it? Do you have any ideas on how we could better treat these young people and adults, but more specifically, the young children that weren't given a choice. We're going north. Come on with us. And that's all they got. Either their families are dead or abandoned them or whatever. I don't know. But here they are unaccompanied, walking north with their friends and family or whoever, and being apprehended at the border, seeking asylum, and stuck on a concrete floor with a cot and with I don't know, man. That's just the scariest thing I ever thought about for a kid. Couldn't imagine my kids going through that. Yeah, I don't know, Mia. You got anything left on that? That's just a terrible topic.
I don't know. Like, you think about it, and there's plenty of people who are homeless right now, too, in our own country as well, that we let suffer that way. There's kids sleeping on concrete whose parents probably just lost their jobs during COVID.
Yep. Sleeping in cars, sleeping on a sidewalk, sleeping in shelters, sleeping in a church pew. And as an atheist,
tragedy.
As an atheist, I would like to see churches step up at this moment. They have facilities, they have resources, they have pews that at least they're freaking padded. You know, like they could spread the kids out in a big ass church. You got these mega churches. Shit. Make them carry some weight. They want tax deductions. There you go. Do your thing. Please, we need you to step up.
That would be wonderful.
Yes. So here's to me hoping as a secular humanist that people actually be humanists.
Here's me going as an also atheist, but slightly realist going, that's not going to happen though.
Yeah, it's not as likely. No. But yeah, so let me, oopsie daisy. Did I just lose my room? Oh shit.
Oh no, it was just about time for them to chime in too.
No, we're in. We're still here. Damn it. I gotta join my own space. Hey, sorry guys, can you still hear me? Shit.
Did you mute yourself?
No, I was trying to take it off of Bluetooth. There we go. So hopefully now that I'm off my Bluetooth, you guys can hear. Invite to speak. Okay, that's coming up. All right, so before we go back to them, let's go ahead and close it out. Oh, wait, no. Let's actually go to, if it'll let them.
Kind of like a calling into the program, right?
Right. We're going to try and take some comments from Spaces, if it'll let them. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh. And let me know how the audio quality is here. Oh, shit. It just went away. No. Okay. Failed experiment, guys. That didn't work. It just, my space just shut down. Oh, well, we tried.
Oh. Maybe next time.
So that's what I'm hoping to do is use Spaces as a call-in option to reach more people and hopefully drive more traffic here. They can join the comment section, you know, but we'll see. I like this new option. We'll go from there. Damn it. That sucks. Oh, well. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comment section. While you're here, go give the video a like and leave us a comment. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. Let us know why. We're not scared of criticism. And join us next time as we'll do it again. And thanks for joining us. Like always, Yang Gang, baby. Bam. All right. Good deal.
2.
Okay, so that did not work. Shit. Oh, well. We'll work this thing out. I'm going to keep trying.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Okay, so now the last one is the fun one. Let me bring this up. This will be fun. Close the box. Open this one. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. Cool. Man, that sucks. I was just there's 2 people in there at one. They had their hands raised. Oh well, we'll try it again later.
I mean, you could take a minute.
All right, you ready, Mia?
Yeah, you
we'll
could
knock
take a
this
minute
third
or
one
so.
out, and I'm gonna get to work. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. I see your mouth moving though. You're muted.
How about now?
Unmute. Don't hear you. Shit.
Oh boy.
Technical difficulties. You might have to leave and come back. Try that. Okay, guys, it's just me. No, but me will be back here in a minute, guys. We're going to try this again. Live streaming is not perfect. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to figure out this Spaces thing. If you guys don't know what Spaces is, let's see here. Oh man, looks like Andrew Yang and Catherine Garcia are going to make a joint announcement tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. Oh. There's Mia.
Can you hear me?
No, I don't hear you.
Mm.
Check your mic input. It might have just shorted out. So now you know, guys, this is how the sausage is made.
Testing.
Sometimes.
Do you hear me now?
Nope. I don't know. Yeah, you're muted right now. Is your microphone coming up in your settings menu?
I'm sorting.
Nope, nothing. You're muted again. Okay. Looks like Mia's gonna go send me a private chat here to figure this thing out. She's typing away. I'm sorting through that at the moment. Okay, no worries. Okay, so while she does that, let's go ahead and try and let's just jump into the article and kind of have some fun with it. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be going over this article. It's a BuzzFeed article. It's kind of funny. I thought it'd be a fun topic to go over. It is non-Americans are sharing the things they thought were fake about America that turned out to be completely true. Let's go. Let's go to the first one.
Test.
Surfer dudes actually talk like that. So apparently surfer dudes are weird talkers. And nobody thought that was real. Okay, Mia, you're muted. Unmute yourself and let me know if I can hear you.
Can you?
Nothing. Shit.
I'm.
Oi. Okay, let's see here. Okay, she's typing to me, guys. Just bear with us for a second. If it's because I'm getting a reading on my end. You're getting a reading of yours. Let me check my output here. Audio, mic. Oh, hold up. I know why. Mic, speakers. That's what it is. It's my. Okay. I got to turn off my Bluetooth. That's what it is. Sorry, Mia. Bam. There we go. Does that work better?
Can you hear me?
Gotcha. Loud and clear. It's because it's because I took my earpiece out. Ay.
I'll have to remember that because we also picked up Bluetooth speakers as well.
Yes. So it was my fault for that one.
Okay.
Shit.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay, let's go and start this bad boy over then. Did you hear the part where I talked about Andrew Yang has an announcement tomorrow at 11:30
mentioned that, and I wanted to chime in. And
it's Catherine Garcia, another mayoral candidate in New York City. So he had an announcement with Maya. What's her name? Maya. Shoot. Maya. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh gosh, I've only been following Yang's end of the mayoral race. I don't have time for getting in too deep into it.
Well, I did a policy dive on her. But yeah, so Maya is another one of the candidates for mayoral race, and she actually co-signed with him and did an announcement last week about a special project they're doing together as candidates, which I like that because that shows you what is possible with ranked choice voting. Now you're forced to work with each other and not talk shit. Now she talked mad shit about Andrew too before all this. So even though she talked mad shit, he still extended an olive branch and said, hey, I want to bring you in and do something with you. I agree with you on these things. Let's talk about that. So I think Andrew is playing literal 4D chess with these motherfuckers. They just don't know. that he is way ahead of them on the ranked choice voting. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing is, when we work together, we get more done.
Amen.
And working against
From an
each
atheist.
other has been kind of the way our politics have worked for way too long.
Yeah, they want us to be divided. That helps them, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this next one. Okay. Bam, what up, Yang Gang? We're back, and today we're gonna have a little fun with this article here off of BuzzFeed, talking about the things that non-Americans thought weren't real, and then they found out they were 100% real in America. So it's kind of a funny little Reddit thread. They put a little article up here on BuzzFeed. So there. So yeah, that's the name of the article. Non-Americans are sharing the things they thought were fake about America that turned out to be completely true. And then number one, surfer dudes actually talk like that. No way. You know,
Bill and Ted style, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style, right?
yeah, or even like Point Blank, you know, with Keanu Reeves and what's his name, Patrick Swayze. Want to go catch some gnarly fucking waves, dude? That actually is a real thing. Yeah. Then the other one is drink sizes. Whoa. This is a thread here. He says, when my family visited in 2017, we landed in Texas for a stopover. First thing I saw in the shops part of the terminal was a dude who was drinking from what looked like an actual bucket. Yeah. Here in New Zealand, our large drinks would be considered American small or medium.
See,
I can imagine.
Pre-pandemic, like the only time we ever bought a drink that big was when we were like splitting it with like
right
kids or something like that, you know, like, oh, it's cheaper if we just get the big one and then everybody has some out of it, you know,
right.
Get 3 straws.
Or you're sprinting towards diabetes. And then the next one is number 3 is yellow school buses are actually a thing in America. I honestly thought it was just a cartoon thing, but nope. So apparently school buses aren't yellow around the world. They have different colors.
Yeah, that makes sense. But also the idea that they would be confused that ours are yellow. And, you know, I mean, if I went to Britain and I saw blue school buses, I wouldn't be surprised if Britain decided to have different school buses.
Right. Yeah. Well, why aren't they yellow? You know,
why is it surprising that it's yellow? It's
yeah.
It's not polka dot.
And number 4, it says sports bars are actually what they're portrayed on TV. Yeah, a bunch of people like me being loud and stupid and saying dumb shit when they're young and crazy and, you know, shot. Who knows, man? And we're going nuts over our football and basketball and baseball. Number 5, Dolly Parton has her own theme park in Tennessee. That shit is real. Dollywood. You ever been down there before, Mia?
I've been to Tennessee. We drove by Dollywood. We didn't get a chance to actually go to Dollywood. But
I don't get it.
You know, I like Dolly.
I just don't get it. How the hell is there? Yeah, I don't get it. Like, what's the point?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
Dolly Parton is a megastar from her time.
Yeah.
She can draw in tourism. It's kind of like Graceland for Elvis, except for it's Dolly. And,
yeah, man. It's weird nonetheless to me.
You know, there's worse ideas.
Number 6, schools have a ton of extracurricular activities and clubs, including basketball, football, swimming, cheerleaders, chess, and a lot more. Seems pretty normal to us because we live here. And I guess other countries don't have that after school stuff. It's more of a club thing where you got to pay to be part of a club. Because their schools don't have the funding ours does. These are possibly with less with better outcomes.
That, but at the same time, yeah, I think that it's good to have those publicly funded in at least some senses.
Yeah. Well, think about this. We probably pay more per student with worse outcomes. That's probably what they're dumbfounded by. I know I am.
That's
Number
true.
7, you can buy milk in gallon-sized containers. And this one actually has a quote here. When I visited America, I went to a supermarket for some breakfast stuff, cereal and milk, and they All they had was milk in gallons. Who could possibly want that much milk? I asked for a smaller carton, and a lady who worked there just laughed at me and made a remark asking, don't we like milk in England? Come on, man. They do sell smaller containers, though. They're literally right above that guy. Those are liters.
Isn't like the gallon American and they use liters instead?
Well, that's true too, but they're saying is they don't make them anywhere close to that size.
Like the gallon is American, right?
Right. Yeah. Everywhere else is a liter. Yeah. Let's see here. Number 8, in many U.S. states, some criminals can't vote even while on parole. So in other words, if you're in another state, any other countries, you can still vote if you're a criminal or perceived to be a criminal, at least, I guess. So that shows you how weird our culture is when it comes to crime here. And I'm actually curious about that in other countries. Do other countries allow people to vote while they're imprisoned? Okay, number 9. You have a whole aisle in your supermarkets dedicated to just cereal. That is true. Now, this one is looking a little ridiculous with all their different brands. There's a lot of them. But I think every store I've been to has a cereal aisle.
Oh, yeah.
Pop-Tarts and oatmeal and syrup and shit, you know?
I love cereal aisle. Cereal aisle is one of my favorite aisles. Man.
Apparently you and everybody else in America. That's why they got a whole aisle to themselves.
Gosh. Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes. If I say too many, can we get sued? Can we get sued for naming brands?
You can sue us, but you ain't gonna get shit. We ain't got nothing. Number 10, there are security guards in the school's halls, and some even have metal detectors at the entrance, like TSA at airports. I'm sure that is shocking for people overseas that we take security seriously because we have gun violence here. You know.
Yeah, there's
in New Zealand, think about it. In New Zealand, they had one mass shooting, and they changed their legislation and said, "We're done. No more assault rifles. It's over." Now they don't have a constitutionally protected right to bear arms either, so it's a little different in other countries.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to ask the question, which is more important? Like, I hate to be the person who says that, but maybe the Constitution isn't a perfect document. And maybe there were things the founding fathers did that were not necessarily correct.
Well, and they knew that when they wrote it. That's why they made it amendable. There's been 27 updates. It's been wrong 27, technically 25 times, because one of them is abolishing prohibition, which they created. Two of them were unnecessary.
I just really dislike the position that a lot of people seem to take, that it's some sort of sacred, untouchable document. And that no matter what the Constitution says, if it's in there, then no matter what you do, you have to respect that thing. Yeah,
and it's been updated 27 times, guys. It's not some sacred. It's not like it's the Quran or the Bible or whatever, Torah, whatever. It's just a document we wrote, written by human beings. So number 11, you have those angry sinks that chop shit, aka garbage disposal. Apparently it's an American thing.
Oh, I want one though. Man.
Yeah. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't have one of those.
No clogged drains ever again.
Yep. So number 12, red Solo cups are not just a Hollywood prop. It says here, when I immigrated to the U.S., my mother-in-law was making dinner and offered me an iced tea in a red Solo cup.
Red Solo cups. So versatile.
Those apparently don't exist around the world, only in America. Number 13, on Halloween, mass people come to your house and knock on your door asking for candy. Mostly it's just packs of kids, but sometimes whole families. Yeah, Halloween's a thing here.
I guess.
It's a big deal here. It's a big deal here. Well, in Mexico, they call it Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. They do a different type of celebration. So number 14, the amount of unpaid or the minimum amount of paid days off you get from work. Apparently, this is a big deal. So this person comments that a friend of mine from Wisconsin was very proud he got 20 days off per year. And this person said, if someone in Germany would offer me only 20 days off I would laugh at him and leave.
They would be insulted.
I think over there you get like 2 months, 8 weeks of holiday, they call it. Paid time off holiday.
American workerism is
Yeah.
really, if you compare us to other countries, there's very few that even get close to what we do to ourselves.
Nobody loves working more than us. Forced labor.
Oh, I would say that nobody's oligarchy likes to see their slaves working as hard as ours do.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Number 15. Americans are nice and will stop to talk to strangers. So that surprised people. And here's a quote. I have been through a lot of big American cities and a lot of tiny towns. All of you, north to south, make Canadians look like bloody savages. I expected something worse, probably because of television and internet. I ended up leaving your country after the first time I visited, blown away, and with a newfound, very real love for my southern neighbors. Nice. Yeah, we got some nice people.
Yeah, well, one thing to remember about the U.S. is it's wide and varied. And so some areas are going to be friendly and some areas aren't. I'm happy you landed somewhere where the people were happy and friendly, but, you know, from state to state, that's going to be different. We have very different policies about how we treat people. So that's one of those things where you got lucky. And I'm glad you got lucky because, yay. But
apparently in Canada, they're nice to you, but they don't say hi to strangers, I guess. So
I don't know. I always heard just the opposite about Canada, man. I always thought
I've heard they're very polite, but not necessarily like nice to strangers. You know what I mean?
That's a good differential.
Yeah. Polite. But walk up and say hey to strangers must not be a customary thing there. But I'm glad someone had a positive experience here, you know?
It's not a customary thing for me.
I do. I talk to strangers all the time. I don't care.
I feel awkward and weird.
Well, I'm an extrovert too, so it's a little different for me, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually by nature an introvert. It's all yang gang and humanity forward that's pulled me
it's
out of my shell.
It's pulled a lot of people out of their shell to put themselves out there, which I think is brave and awesome because this comes second nature to me. I know for other people it's really trying and very anxiety ridden experiences to go in front of 1,000 people and talk.
Oh yeah, before I get on to any episode of anything, there's like this 3-hour period just before we start where I'm like, oh God, am I actually going to do this again? God, do I have to get in front of a camera again? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? I can still say no. I can still leave.
It's because we're awesome. We're doing good shit.
Awesome. It's because you're awesome and you are doing good shit. And because that motivates me to want to make sure that everybody knows the good shit that you're doing.
Yeah, we're doing good stuff, man. Yeah. I appreciate your time. That's for sure. Number 16, American kids eat straight sugar. It says, walked on a playground, saw kids chugging these lawn-thin sticks. I tried one and realized it was just colored sugar. They call them pixie sticks.
That's not fair. They do have flavoring. They taste like Kool-Aid.
It's just colored sugar. Yeah, it's true. Wonder why we have an obesity and diabetic problem in this country, man. We start them young. Number 17, the honking. I thought it was a movie stereotype, and then I went to New York. Oh, boy. I could imagine. Chicago's the same. All big cities are honk, honk, honk.
Yeah. You know, I mean, in rural areas, though, the people, if somebody's prone to honking, boy, do they let at it.
Well, in number 18, your country is huge. I got off the plane and asked the cab guy how far the hotel was, and he said about 30 miles. I almost had a heart attack. Yeah, well, you got a shitty hotel. You could get closer.
We have a very large country, a very poor transit system, public transit system.
Right.
And yeah, it's a big country.
If any country needs a high-speed rail, it's America. You know, if any country needs it, it's us because we're so freaking big. You should be able to go coast to coast in less than a day. You know. Yeah,
I agree, especially since we have such intermingled economies and social structures.
Well, I gotta say, they chose a very beautiful picture of the Grand Canyon here too. It's a nice pic. Let's see here. Number 19, free soft drink refills in restaurants. That surprised people. Yeah,
It's
some
cheap
places do.
and easy. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's cheap, so they can offer you free ones, and then you feel like you're getting something special, but really it costs them like 20 cents.
Yeah, it's just pure profits. Yep. Okay, so number 20, you get into university just for being good at sports. Very true. You can be dumb as a box of rocks. They'll find you a college you can go to just to play sports. They don't give a shit if you ever pass a class. They'll find a way to fudge your way through it because nothing's more important here than the almighty dollar and entertainment sports, you know?
This makes me wonder if maybe we should, separate college level sports from colleges themselves into their own leagues. Wouldn't that be a better solution than
I think
higher education?
college sports is being treated like a farm league, a minor league for all other sports except baseball. Baseball has their own minor leagues. But the minor leagues for baseball get paid. And I think the NCAA athletes should also get paid. And maybe they don't have to go to class. Maybe they're there just to play sports. That's fine. Just turn into what it is. It's a minor league club system.
It shouldn't be connected, I think, to academics. If you're
going
going
to connect to the college at all anymore, honestly, it doesn't really bring anything to the table.
No, it also eats up their budgets in a different way. I mean, I know that a lot of them get their funding through the sports, but that's not the way they should be getting their funding. That's error in the way the system's built, not a reason to keep sports involved in college curriculums.
Yeah, it should be publicly funded, period. Number 21, nearly every man is circumcised regardless of religion, which is very true. Enough said about that one.
Yeah, we don't want to go into details. I have 2 sons. I don't think they want me to go into that.
Right. And Andrew Yang got a lot of pushback on his views on that too. But he's like, I don't want everybody else to do what I say. Just, it's not what I want,
Yeah, that's a personal opinion, and a lot of people treated it like it was some sort of policy, which I found a little bit insulting.
He plans on making sure everyone who agrees with him has to agree with him and make it a policy. It's not how he works. Personal choices, Number 22, higher education can cost upwards of $50,000 per year. Yep, that's real.
Yeah, upwards of $50,000 a year. Man, I've heard worse, a lot worse. Like
per year.
Per year, yeah.
If you get a 4-year education, $200K.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not including housing, food, supply. That's just for tuition. So I think if you go to Michigan, it could cost you about $25,000 a year to live on campus and eat there and live there in state. Only if you're in state. If you're out of state, you can throw another 40% on there or some shit. It's expensive.
Oh yeah.
The last one's number 23. Americans are very good at making pie. So here's a quote from Reddit. I was pretty much all alone during Thanksgiving since everyone else was with their families. One of the RAs, must be like the assistants on campuses. I'd befriended, knocked on my door, and brought me all different kinds of pie. Dear Lord, I've never tasted anything that delicious, from blueberry to apple to pumpkin. Every single pie, they were amazing.
America. I think again, that's another person who got lucky.
There are some bad ones. Pies. I'm not a pie maker. I've never made a pie. Now my daughters have made apple pie. That's really good.
I make cupcakes and cheesecake mostly. That's my desserts that I make.
I like making brownies. Brownies are
really good. I like making brownies too.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh man. But yeah, so this just shows you guys just how different we are on the world stage when it comes to these little things that people are like, there's no way that's really in America like that because the TV and internet says so. They come here like, oh shit, they really do feed their kids straight sugar. Dolly Park actually has an amusement park.
I can't eat grape pixie sticks, so there is something more than just sugar. There is a very small amount of flavoring and food coloring. Okay.
I think it's Kool-Aid powder mixed in
It's just
there.
Kool-Aid powder, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's just mixed in there.
It's a glass of Kool-Aid minus the liquid, which is
pretty,
stupid, but still not quite just sugar.
It's dehydrated Kool-Aid.
It's space Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's just dry Kool-Aid. But yeah, so that's just another fun article for us to cover. I thought it was just a fun one, not too serious, but it goes into how absurd some of our systems are. Other countries take for granted. They're like, dude, you guys got to pay for healthcare? What the hell? Dude, you guys got to pay for college? 50 grand? What the hell? You feed your kids straight sugar? What the hell? You know, all these odd things. And sports, how sports is such a big deal. But, you know, let's be honest, the most wealthiest athletes in the world are football players. I'm talking the real ones, footy. You know, the international soccer players, the EPL. They're multi-millionaires. They're the best of the best, or the richest of the rich, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, soccer is kind of a bit more global, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the most popular sport on planet Earth. Yep.
It's not as popular here in the U.S., but that's kind of like an outlier.
Right. We're the only ones.
Countries. So it's really not surprising that us being outnumbered, it's technically soccer players who get more money. We just don't care because we're Americans and we're too selfish to really care about their sports.
Yeah, we have our blinders on sometimes, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that. Are there any other customs that you've heard of that are unique to America that really shocked visitors that you've known of, like with a foreign exchange student or a friend from out of town or a coworker that come from the international stage? Any kind of funny thing, just share those in the comment section. That'd be a fun little thread to watch. Uh-oh, you're muted.
I actually have one from back when I was in elementary school. We had an exchange student from somewhere around the Soviet area. You know, I can't remember where exactly. I was like 7, so I'm sorry. But she was surprised by how much Americans sue each other for real. Like the lawsuits that would come up, the frivolous lawsuits. She's like, I didn't realize that wasn't just a joke, but like I come here and you guys are all like, I'll sue you. I'll sue you for this. I'll sue you for that.
Touch me and I'll sue. Coffee's hot. No shit. I'll sue you. Floor slippery when wet. No shit. I'll sue you unless there's a sign up that warns me in case I'm just that ignorant and blind.
So yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. I think a big one is the work too. The work, they're like, whoa, you guys work 12-hour shifts? Holy shit. Because I worked for a German-based company called Bosch. And their workers, their engineers would come over and be like, you're working 16 hours today? What the hell, boy? That is a lot. I'm like, yeah, it is a lot, but I don't want to get scheduled over tomorrow, so I got to work 16 a day so I can go to class tomorrow and not get forced into overtime tomorrow, so I got to work it all today, you know, kind of deal. But yeah, that's how it was, man. I had to work overtime and go to college full time. It was a rough time.
I would not have been able to do that. I don't, you know, people say that about a lot of things. We all can't do what other people do, or we'd be doing it too. That's I really mean it though. That's a lot of work. You put in a lot of effort in a lot of different areas, and you're a really good story of success.
Well, we are all capable of things when our back's against the wall. If you have the resources, which is usually time or the mental capacity to handle that kind of stress. And luckily for me, I want to preface this. Luckily, I mean, like, fortunately, in this circumstance, I was brought up in a stressful environment. So I think I've had a precursor to deal with stress and trauma and being overwhelmed. And I don't get anxious about stuff, luckily. And I'm just lucky in that way that it doesn't overwhelm me. I can still function at a high level of college, like still get honors while I was dead asleep half the time. I mean, really, really tired. But I was able to retain information, regurgitate it on a piece of paper to get my degree. And clinicals. Apply this knowledge, which is the hard part. But yeah, I'm lucky that I've just the military prepared me for everything life can throw at me between life and my upbringing and the military. I'm not scared of much of anything because I think, okay, no matter what, I've done worse in a way. I don't know. That's just kind of how it is. Uh-oh. We lost Mia. Nope, she's back. And she's muted again.
I was, man.
That's okay.
I'm off. I've told you that already. I'm off. Oh.
Yep. Well,
You dinged.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend dinging me.
Oh, you better go. You better go to girlfriend.
No, it's okay. I'll text when we're done. But yeah, guys, we'd love to hear some strange stories and experiences you guys have had. Of foreigners that come in and say, "What in the hell? This is what you guys do." And the big one I heard was accents. You guys got a lot of different accents in America for being such a big country. We're big as Europe, so they have a lot of accents there too. It's called languages. But yeah, it's a very big country, man. We're very diverse. North, south, east, and west. We got a bunch of different little sub-tribes, if you will. Like you go to Boston, and you go to LA, in the south.
Complicated system for sure, and you're going to have complicated languages when you have that.
You got it. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comments section. And while you're here, give the video a like if you like it. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. Tell us why, though. Don't just shit and go. Let us know why. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time, guys. And like always, Yang Gang. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, that gives me something to edit for the night and tomorrow. And we'll put the shit out, and I'll keep tagging you.
Okay.
I'm going to try and... Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to let you know, tomorrow I will be getting my green screen installed by the hubby.
Oh, nice.
A wonderful, wonderful man who is going to go out and pick up the proper nails to put in the hooks so that we can find... Shut up, dogs. Stop it. Stop. Anyways. Yeah.
But
so
you can also use... People use PVC pipe, too. To build like a... If everyone's putting holes in your walls you don't want to, they just build a PVC pipe frame and then just staple it around the PVC pipe so it stays tight and you can move it out of the way if you need to or whatever.
We're going to hang it.
Yeah. Well,
iron it up against the wall so it's nice and flat.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, I appreciate you, Mia.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate you. Thank you
right.
for having me on.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. That's all for today. We'll be making more clips. You'll see them coming out, man. Take it easy, Yang Gang.